Hello there. So I got asked, what can the Odin Pro do with the Wii? As I think there's some confusion about how well it can emulate the Wii. And, I've got some good news for you. I think this can emulate Wii games very well. And I want to get straight into it. And I've got a bunch of games to check. I've been doing some testing and going through like over 10 different games and getting the correct settings to get things playing as smooth as possible. For the most part, if I could, I tried to achieve 1080p, since that's what the screen is on this device. And I'm going to have to remember all my control schemes now, because I have been setting up for controls and configs for different games now. I've been trying to achieve 60 frames where possible. So this game is actually playing very smoothly. But there are some games on the Wii that are 30 frames only, so if that was the case, that's what I've just stuck with. Some of the games are a little more demanding, so they push me to go down to maybe 720p, maybe accept a little bit of instability here and there, but as you can see, Donkey Kong Country runs very nicely, so I'm going to back out of that one. I will go over some settings and things in a couple of these games to let you know how I did this. So, Dead Rising, I'm just going to load this save state because I'm around some zombies. This is one of the 30 FPS games, and I've completely forgotten how to play this. And you can see that it runs smooth for 30 frames at 1080p. But there is this weird issue that when you start aiming, half his body disappears. I don't know how to fix this, and I haven't actually sought out any... let me turn down the volume, I forgot to do that. I haven't set any controls for this game, so I don't actually know how to play it properly, but I just wanted to quickly show that this game runs smoothly. Oh, that's my shake button. No, if I hold the shake button, yeah. So that works. I'm just going to leave that like that because I didn't actually have much to show of that game. WiiWare titles work fine, so I don't really want to go into those. This is GoldenEye. GoldenEye runs especially well, and I love games like this which just use the GameCube controller to play the game. Oh god, looking at my preview, it's going to create some weird latency. But you can see this game also runs very smooth, 60 frames. Again, I'll go into some of these settings soon. There's a melee in this, it's like Z and B. Yeah, bam, smack him over the face. So this is the remake where you play as Daniel Craig, and it's a bit of an odd remake. But it's extremely playable. I played the entire first level perfectly. Runs like a charm. It's if you fancy playing that again, it runs especially well. So, checked out GoldenEye. The Kirby games run very well. Klonoa runs very well. I'll show you Kirby for a moment. This is probably the more demanding of the three titles. So, let's jump into that. Oh yeah, I have to set it so that it's sideways toggle. There's in the controller settings, there's something to do sideways toggle, and if I need to, I sometimes set the D-pad to do the stick, and then like right on the D-pad to change to sideways toggle. That runs pretty smooth. I did notice a few hiccups here and there, but I'd say this is very playable. I'm feeling a little rushed because I'm a new channel and I only have 15 minutes. And, oh, there's a run button. What's just the run button? Oh no, it's double dash. Whee! So I'm glad someone asked me to cover Wii titles, because I actually didn't do any tweaking or anything of any of these games. So I actually quite enjoy that process of trying to get something working as best as possible. MadWorld works at 1080p. It's a 30 frames game. I had to do a lot of tweaking to try and get the controls working a certain way. But yeah, do forgive me. I've been trying to learn and play all these games in the last few hours just to do some tweaks and settings. I know you can't see very well up there. It's not going to focus and show you the frames per second. Maybe you can just make it out, but I should say it's probably quite obvious that these games are working as well as I say they are. What's that? Backflip? You can throw people in this. This is something I might actually play. Never played it before. Heard good things. You know, Platinum Games sometimes, you know, it makes a banger. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Alright, MadWorld works. Right, these Wii games I have, by the way, obviously there's more Wii games, but these are the ones I could see myself playing. I don't like just getting everything, and I've only got a certain amount of space. So I managed to get Mario Kart working quite well. I hope it works as well as it says. Maybe this is an example where I can show... Oh no, don't do that. What, emulated clock speed, 100%. Okay, so I didn't do too much here. I have had some weird hiccups with this, but it either decides it just wants to... There we go. It either decides it just wants to work, or this is one where maybe I tweaked one setting and I forgot what I did, but it worked. Yeah, but Mario Kart is running pretty smooth. I didn't really check any of the other levels. I do apologise, because I do think when you're testing out emulation, you need to try and test some of those busy levels. You know, like if somebody was testing Dark Souls, you'd want them to test Blighttown, you know what I'm saying? But then maybe not even the devs did that when they released the game. So this works. I think this is in 1080p as well. I'm also very happy with my video quality today. The lighting and stuff, maybe it's because I'm filming in the day. So you want to be like unticking and ticking these boxes. The main culprits usually sync on skip idle, and I think skip EFB access from CPU. And then you want to be playing around with the emulate CPU clock speed, and sometimes under 100% is good, sometimes over. I'll show another game where that is the case. So Mario Kart works well. Mega Man 9 and 10, I'm not going to show these because they work well, but what you need to do to get these to work well is go to Game Settings, go to General, and turn off Dual Core. That's the culprit there. That's going to make those games run badly. You turn that off and they run very well. Metroid Prime 3. Now this one was a bit weird. I'm actually running this at 1080p, but I may suggest 720. I just didn't see a difference between the two. Uh-oh. What's happening? That's not happened before. Quick load. Let's see if that happens again. Oh, hello. Is it going to run? It's going to run. So I've set up the controls in a way that makes it play like the original Metroid Primes. So jump, shoot, that would be missile. This is the ball. Oh, what's just happened? That's very strange. Let's try that again, because I did actually get this running between 50 and 60 frames per second. Let's see if I can get it running again. So unfortunately, you still have to move the arm like this as if it's the IR sensor. But yeah, see, it's running. Let me go up here and activate the ball. Yeah, I don't know what happened before. This is still OpenGL and things. So yeah, I think if we went to 720p, it would run a little smoother. But I didn't notice too much difference, so I left it at 1080. And I've changed some of the controls so that like certain buttons will do like thrust forward and things like that. So if you mess around enough, you can get this playable, I'd say. Knights, I'm not going to show that. It works. I think that's it took ages to get to gameplay. It was so boring. Super Mario Galaxy 2, I know there'll be a lot of interest for this one, so I'm going to load state. I've got this working quite well, at least I hope so. I think I put this down to 720p. Oops, I don't want to save. I put it at 150% clock speed, got rid of skip idle, and it's playing very well. I did notice some hiccups here and there. And obviously I would have liked to test some busier levels, but I have been trying to get through all these different games and get them just running in a nice state. But the music's working nicely, it's not stuttering or whatever. Oh shit, I messed up. So I've only got a few minutes left now. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this looks very playable. I've never played number 2. I played number 1. Never played number 2 though. I'm sorry I'm just sort of like aimlessly playing. I'm just sort of trying to get different angles and things so you can see that the frame rate kind of is staying stable. It was a bit weird in the intro, but getting into this level, it's actually a lot better. So that's Super Mario Galaxy 2. Apologies, I couldn't show more of the areas. And Skyward Sword. I'm actually surprised this runs quite well. I have 2 save states here. I really wanted to get to a section where he has the sword, because I wanted to configure my controls so maybe the right stick slashes in different directions and so on. But this is another game that's around 30 frames per second, and it's staying around 30 frames per second. I think you could get this running nicely at 1080p as well, but I took it down to 720 because I thought it was just slightly more stable. But yeah, running around this place, there's a little hiccup here, a little hiccup there, but for the most part, it's running very smoothly. When there's like cinematics and you see the birds flying around the entire place, it's very smooth. So I would say this is very playable as well if you manage to get the controls working however you need them to work, because I can't honestly remember how you play this game. I don't know if there's like pushing and pulling with the Wii remote, like twisting and turning. But we got enough buttons here, and I can't remember, but you might be able to use these macro buttons. I keep forgetting to assign them because I forget they exist. So that's Skyward Sword. I don't think I have anything else on the Wii. I didn't test out the last story because that's an RPG and that'll take me forever to get somewhere worth showing. I assume Super Paper Mario will work. I've never played Soul Calibur Legends, but I assume that would work as well. Sin and Punishment. I think with the right tweaking, you'll get any game on this for the Wii working how you want it. As long as you're using I guess Dolphin MMJR. I haven't tested the other emulators, but the other forks, but MMJR seems to be the one to go to for the Odin. And yeah, that's about it for the Wii titles I'm going to show here. I just apologise I couldn't show some of the games off a little better. I would have liked to have gone into more detail, but running out of time, and that'll do. So I hope that encourages you. It actually quite excites me knowing that some of these games run even better than I thought they would. So this little thing's lovely. I love this thing. Thank you very much for watching. I might do some more emulator showcases, so yeah, let me know if you want that, and thanks again for watching. Yeah, I don't really do the subscribe bell thing. Yeah, just cheers for watching. Bye-bye.